Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today we're going to be talking about commodities, and we're going to be talking about the industry in cannabis and the direction that it's heading. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and you find the information valuable. Please hit the bell notification down below so you're notified when I upload a video. So I also want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment, uh, research purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about in this video. Buy or sell after you did your research and your due diligence. So basically, commodities are kind of at a standstill. They're kind of snail pace. It's really interesting with what's going on with the China trade war and how things are shaping out. Basically, crude is like it's gone up a little bit. This was, I don't know, a week ago. It's slowly going up, but it's also consolidating around these levels too. And then investing.com saying that this is a bullish engulfing reversal. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if it goes back up to $75. So if you have any oil stocks, I bought a few calls on a natural gas play recently. But then uranium's also gone down as well. It's just the problem with the oil sector is and the commodity sector is US dollar is way too strong. So it's just really hard for it to gain momentum. So it went up to almost $5 and now it's about half that. And I don't know, there's a thesis that it could go up to this high, but again, it's very unpredictable with these commodities and you just kind of never know. But you can read the chart and you can make a bet on things, but you can also be really wrong. It takes a lot of intuitiveness. You can read the reports and all that stuff, but unless you're buying it at these bottoms where you get a red candle and then it hits into a green candle and then you ride it up to here, this would be the safe time to just sell out of your position if you're right there, and then maybe re-enter when it starts looking a little more clear that it's going up. But enough about talking about commodities. We're going to talk about the cannabis industry. Basically, so you got indoor growers, outdoor growers, and greenhouse growers, and you have the global industry, and you have extraction, and you have edibles, and you have vapes, and you have infused beverages. So I listened to Tilray's their conference call, and I learned a lot of insight. Basically, they want to get into USA for hemp CBD products at the end of the year. The midsummer, I think there's going to be a little more clarity on the FDA maybe around that time. But there's no assurances with these regulators. But there is retailers that want to have their product, so they would just buy from a wholesaler for hemp and for CBD, and then put their name on it if it's good product, and then they would get it into the retail shelves. And then they also have their Manitoba Harvest products. So that's kind of the direction that they're trying to get into the USA. And they're not the only one that has that kind of focus. I know Village Farms, they're gonna grow hemp. You got all these different USA players, TGIF, Kira, and then then there's Harvest One wants to get into USA as well because they're already got their products for non-CBD products in Walmart and Kroger's. So that's going to be a big money maker for them. I think that the Canada market, it's showing that the rec market really isn't very profitable. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's really not that profitable because you got the the retailers um, they have a middleman with the government that they take their cut with the distribution process, and then they take their cut with taxes on everything. So it's hard for these companies to really. And on top of that, if you look at the sales, a lot of their sales is just coming from the medical market still. So people were so excited, oh, the medical, now it's changing to rec. But the medical market is pretty profitable for them because they can sell products for higher price per gram because they don't have to deal with the government middlemen in the whole situation. And I don't know. Even with legalization 2.0, when shatter and infused beverages and all this other stuff comes online, well, what they have to deal with is the fact that come October 17th, they're not even, they need 60 days to let the regulators approve of their THC or CBD products before they can get to the rec market. So on top of that, then they also need, on top of the 60 days, then they also need to deliver it to the distribution areas and then put it on sites or stores and then get it out to people. So people aren't going to have probably this legalization 2.0 with infused beverages and edibles probably not till close to 2020 or 2020 for the, and so that's pretty sad. So just listening to the Tilray conference call really clued me in that I don't know. There's some people that don't really respect that the CEO from Tilray, but the guy's a big billionaire. He's got over $2 billion, and the guy that's part of Privateer Holdings has like $3 billion. So these guys are pretty big, wealthy individuals on top of having shares in Tilray. So I don't know. Basically, it'll be interesting, but I'm not really that bullish on the Canadian market. I think the USA market is where the money will be and extractions in USA. That's why I would like Halo Labs. I like uh I like the retail companies such as Meta and I don't know, even the outdoor grows, like companies that are doing outdoor grows, I think that's going to be a profitable market because instead of it costing them like over $1 per gram to grow, and that's before administration and cost management and salaries and all that stuff like that. Uh, for the big management that are cut into the profits, they can grow cannabis for about 15 cents a gram outdoors. So that's a good segment of the market. And then they're also talking about biosynthesis, and that's like half a penny to grow a gram of cannabis. So that'll be good for them. Yeah, it's kind of where the industry is heading. It's basically, and USA, I think, is where the money will be made just because it has 10 times the population. And if they can have more medical patients. Now, if they legalize cannabis in USA and the medical market, then that'll be really beneficial for these companies. On top of that, I also wanted to talk about global cannabis and medical and future recreational markets. I think that's where there's going to be a lot of money to be made in the future when that really starts to progress. So things like that when you got all these big countries, Germany, UK, Switzerland, and even if they're not doing recreational or they have a really small medical market, if they have hemp CBD products in a lot of these countries, that can really help them with sales. So that's where the cannabis industry, where I think is going to be really, really big, and that's where the profits are. It's a global and USA. It's not, and also with Mexico, if there's kind of opening up with products, with yeah, that'll be good because Mexico is a pretty big country, and yeah, I think that's kind of where the industry is heading. You know, you got the global market, USA, and that's just basically my take on things. I think that the Canadian government have really done a terrible job of operating the rec market and really having a lot of stores out so these companies can really prosper. And you're seeing it, and a lot of people are selling their shares because they realize that there's very little money to be made so far because Canada doesn't have their shit together. Pardon my French, but that's just the reality. So the medical markets in countries and hemp CBD and medical markets. I mean, that's basically it. Companies that are being global players with hemp CBD and companies in the USA, if they have a good footprint and they can make good profits, that's kind of where the industry's heading. I mean, as far as being a dominant player in Canada and making a ton of money, it's just our government's in Canada is just shit for letting these companies really be profitable. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. I'm gonna be looking uh, I'm still looking at uranium right now, and uranium kind of bottomed around 24, $25, so it might start rising. Apparently, there's a bill on Trump's desk that needs to be signed in the next, I don't know, 45 or 65 days or so. And so that could really boost the price in uranium and some of these companies and just different commodities. I just look at the investing.com. I look at different commodities. I see if they're going up, if they're bottomed out. But basically, it's just USA dollars too effing strong that they can't really gain a lot of traction. Now, then you got Bitcoin really going up, and because it's supposed to be non-centralized, so I don't know. It's a really interesting market. It's being really. I listen to Greg Manarino. He's a very knowledgeable guy on YouTube, and it speaks the truth. Basically, this market's all it's all about tweets. Now, if the market goes down, then Trump and his friends will tweet all this BS saying that yeah, things are going good, and then people will start buying, and it's or uh the algorithm start buying up, and then the stocks go up. As far as it being a factual and a real market, it's not a real market. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but it's going to be interesting going into the summer months when we're getting close to the summer, how some of these companies, if they're going to keep going down or they're going to go up. It last year these companies weren't really aligned with the S&P 500, but ever since legalization happened, they're really aligned with these companies. Uh, so when the S&P 500 goes down, then these cannabis companies go down. So it's if the S&P 500 went up a lot last summer, so if the S&P 500 keeps going up, then I would think all these companies are a majority of them are gonna keep going up. But as soon as it drops, then it's gonna drop as well. So it's just kind of the way the industry is going, and I'll have more videos on different subjects. I'll be talking about different companies and my take on different commodities and all the stuff like that moving forward. I hope you like this video and you found it valuable and you learned a lot. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, peace.